As a 1-4 profile, your personality consciousness is about the personal destiny of your introspective nature, merged with your unconscious design profile and its personal destiny of externalization. Consciously, your behavioral identity is that of modesty. Your projected attitude of leadership is to be the authoritarian. Your limited perspective in remembering or recalling is that of empathy. Your individual creativity is your aspired to role. In your bonding strategy, you vacillate between being that of the pursuer and of being pursued. Your conscious security strategy is being a self-provider or coveter. Your emotional resonance is that of weakness or strength. Similarly, your awareness resonance is that of weakness and strength. Whereas on the body side, your unconscious nature is that of an opportunist. Your type of leadership is to abdicate when things aren't easy. Your memory is that of people fatigue. Your unconscious direction is that of aloneness. Your body's sexuality is going to resonate with being a confidant or not. Your humanity is going to be that of a benefactor or of a dependent. In your wave resonance, this can vacillate between kindness and meanness. And the frequency resonance of the body is going to be about corruption or not. So here we have the coupling of your two foundational line qualities of both lower and upper trigram. So the first line is the foundation of any hexagram itself, and your fourth line is the foundation of the upper trigram. So your conscious introspection followed by the externalization of the body brings you to being an investigative opportunist. And managing your energy is absolutely crucial so that you don't misuse your influence due to forcing or pushing things, because that can absolutely lead you to fatigue and burnout. This is a body that's sensitive to that. Now, your profile is about being friends first in any relationship. You need a solid foundation of friendship. So kind of like that brotherhood, sisterhood principle, where a friend can become your lover or a friend can become your business partner. It is about your body needing and pursuing friendship in order to see if there can be more than friendship. All of your opportunities coming through those that you know, it's important that you wait for that opportunity to be of influence. And the whole capacity of being an expert or a real authority can be about the source of other people's need for strength, because you're kind of like a grand oak tree. You're someone who can be relied upon when you are strong. And that's why you can become a good friend, and also why you can also become fatigued, because people often come to you for support. Anybody who has a first line is going to be great at going down deep into things in order to investigate and do research. You're going to be able to look into things. Your investigative theme is part of your personal destiny, and it can be very valuable to you in a sense that you are someone who can be taught. You can learn the rudiments of any job. You can investigate, find the solid foundation of whatever it is that captures your attention, your interest, your engagement, your response, your recognition, or whatever information you find incredibly impactful or surprising accordingly with your type. And when we talk about a fourth line body, your skills are about people investment. This is one of the most important things to understand about your profile and about the fourth line in general. If we think about it as an opportunist, it's about those that you know within your network who know you, know, like, and trust you, So you've got to develop a solid foundation of friends, a network where you can be able to give to your network opportunities in turn and service that network with whatever it is that you happen to offer. So, as a fourth line being, to network with people is to make an investment in them. And at some point, this might be the most difficult thing for you. You learn how to recognize when someone has been making an investment. You can learn how to recognize when someone you've been making an investment in is never going to return that investment. In other words, you're never really going to get that opportunity brought back to you of the investment or the engagement of your energy with that other. So it has to become out of your authoritative process. It's not a mental decision. Something to understand about your fourth line body. If we take it into the business context, you as a fourth line bring an ability to recognize whether or not you should invest your energy, your time, attention, resources, and whatever the case may be into either a place of investigation, remember that is part of your process, or a person. In a sense, your business influence is possible only through those that you know, or you get a formal invitation, introduction, recognition, or information, encounter with through those in your network. So, Ra would say often this fourth line body, don't leave your job until you have another job. Don't leave your lover until you have another lover. And actually, he would even make it so strong as to state, never leave your job until you have another job, or never leave your house until you have another house. So, as an example, having things lined up before you take off for whatever that next encounter is, adhering to the rigidity of your own authority and ensure that things are lined up for you so that you don't encounter challenges along the way of your decision-making processes. As an investigator opportunist, your first line personality carrying this theme of weakness and strength, and within it lies the need to gain authority in the life. So focus on grasping the basis of things, the basics, accordingly to whatever opportunities life has to offer you, because your fourth line body is designed to be transpersonally focused. You have the gift of being able to establish relationships and friendships through your opportunistic nature. And that's a very simple formula for you as a fourth line person, whether the line is conscious or, as not in this case, you're unconscious. If you have a lover and you don't like that lover, don't leave the lover until you have another lover. If you have a job and you don't like your job, don't leave your job until you have another job. Because if you leave your job before finding another job, it will be exceedingly difficult upon you. It's like any quality relationship. When you quit your job or you quit your lover before there's another opportunity, it's challenging for you to find that next opportunity. It's simply a mechanism. This isn't about value judgments or any kind of relational dynamic that is about judgment. It's a transpersonal process where you have something that you are designed to meet in order, because of your fourth line quality being fixed and single-minded, being clear in your purpose and waiting diligently for your opportunity to externalize is quite critical for you to be able to recognize and to see. Because you, as a fourth line body, are not here to challenge a solid foundation. The investigative quality in you has a personality that can, on the body side, externalize your purpose as archetypally a teacher. Because you as a 1-4 carry the standard of whatever hexagram you happen to be in, it is part of the process of your innocent motivational quality in order to stand as an example of someone who can teach what that hexagram has to offer. So when your personality fails to grasp the basics, you actually can be patient. Patience is a strategy for a 1-4 because there is no real support for the need to be the boss. Yes, you can be a teacher, but there's a willingness within your fourth line body to step down to accept that you may not be able to gain the authority here. When it comes to your mind, it is about research, investigation, finding that solid foundation. Whereas on the body side, it is about the opportunity. And though you are someone who's innocent in your motivational quality, you may never be able to grasp the basics. You just have to accept them for what they seem to be. And through those opportunities and the harmonic resonance that you have with being a teacher archetypally, you can stand as your own authority, and your personality in your openness leads to potentially people fatigue. Because you can grow tired of the introspection, what happens as a 1-4 is that you can appear to be incredibly conservative. In order to externalize the established foundation, whether you have experienced the essential nature of its truth or not, you may go against the flow unless or until you can personally experience the folly, and you experience this through your people fatigue. Rather than being self-oriented in the sense of the 1-3 that came before you, your direction is as a 1-4 aloneness, as in waiting and watching, looking for that opening or opportunity from a distance in order to influence, because you can be an influential networker in a sense. As a first line mind, you have this self-absorption. And so it can be incredibly difficult in intimate relational dynamics, whether that be in business or in partnership of a romantic nature. When it comes to you being a 1-4, your strategy of patience, carrying its own reward, leads to the development of friendship. And this can be the type of intimacy that is aligned for you in order to investigate and to attract by handling the friendships, the bonds of your solid foundation being externalized through the opportunity of the influence through those that you know and that know you. Your influence grows the more that people know, like, and trust you. So you find your opportunities through building solid networks of either information or of people. What can happen in the frustration, bitterness, resentment, anger, disappointment of your mind's process is that it is not about bonds made or broken, but the emotional wave resonance of kindness and meanness. This shows for you that some kind of boundary has been trespassed when you become mean. The 1-4 you are is kind to those that you know in order to accept that your externalization of your established solid foundation, regardless of any challenge, has been patient. Now, it's never absolute. Otherwise, the valid challenge to the foundation and its replacement could not be passed on to the rest of the hexagram. You are here to have your influence. So your intuition, pattern recognition, instinct, felt sense can lead you to accept and externalize any solid foundation that may have been revised by the 1-3 in order to influence those that you know, and that is your opportunity. As a 1-4, you can feel or be experienced as potentially out of place or out of step. Remember, you're quite rare, relatively speaking, compares to the 1-3, where they're banging on the door of some of the basic concepts as far as what may or may not work. But you, as a 1-4, you're holding on to that solid authoritative process after your research has found the foundation. And despite this capacity for friendship, you may feel like you remain essentially on the outside. It is the innocence of your nature motivationally, combined with the opportunity to teach and continue to externalize your traditional conservative view. Either maybe you sail out into the sea and discover that you cannot reach the edge, or more likely, overwhelming evidence gets you to this place of abdication in order to accept your transitional position as a harmonic holder of externalizing the new world order. So if you have a first line personality, when it comes to your fourth line body, your personality has to do your homework in order to be prepared, in order to have that introspection be facilitative of your awareness, in order to bring harmony and peace or success, satisfaction, and surprise into your life. If your foundation is not established properly, there can be two evolutionary possibilities. For the 1-3, it was about tearing down that solid foundation and finding and building something new. That is not you. For you as a 1-4, when the foundation cannot be successfully established, then it is through the pressure of one's relationships that one can find and finally bring about your opportunity, your influence, your spreading of the teachings of what it is you came here to embody. Through the transpersonal opportunity, friendship, familiarity, or meeting with others who say, maybe, no, that is not true. Therein lies your opportunity to reestablish a solid foundation of whatever principle, explanation, or sharing of empowerment in support of the truth of what the theme remains to be seen, of finding the solid basis of things, of being introspective, and of being self-involved. For without finding that valid, solid foundation for yourself, there can be a sense of difficulty and discomfort. Remember that you are harmonic. You are quite rare. You are holding us together in the evolutionary chain, in the spiral of life. And it is through being your own authority, friendly and familiar, influential, standing tall and strong like the grand oak tree, you can fulfill your personal destiny of innocently being yourself in the gift of being what you are in accordance with the totality as a teacher, archetypally strong and standing true for your friends, for your familiars, and for yourself. Namaste.